Welcome to the webinar, Unlocking Manufacturing E-Learning Potential with Pinnacle, right? And the webinar is hosted by Baker Baynes in conjunction with the South African Institute of Mechanical Engineers, SAMECI, and it's presented by myself, Daniel, my colleague, Abigail, and our extended colleagues from Eagle Point, Hannah, as well as William. And I'll get into introductions as we move along, but let's have a look at what the agenda looks like for the session. So it's a quick introduction and welcome, and then we look into why Pinnacle series and what's it about. We dive deeper into maximizing the efficiencies with Pinnacle e-learning. What can you get out of it? What the platform looks like? And to dive deeper into that, we go into the live demo where you'll be able to see the platform firsthand and get a feel for what's available to you. And then we've got questions and answers at the end of it. However, that said, you are more than welcome to put in your questions as they come across, as you come across them as we go along. You can type that into the chat and we'll address that at the end of the session. By ways of introduction, my name is Daniel Balaram. I head up the manufacturing team here at Baker Baynes. So I'm director that looks after manufacturing as well as process, energy and mining here at Baker Baynes. I've got quite a bit of experience within the Autodesk industry from a technical space as well as a key account management side of it as well. Joined by me today is my colleague, Abigail Adams, who is our Pinnacle specialist within the Baker Baynes organization. She is a seasoned Autodesk professional herself, as well as responsible for a lot of the renewal business that we do. So welcome, Abigail. And we're quite proud and excited to host Hannah from Eagle Point, who's going to be our technical representative on today's session. So Hannah's going to take us through the demonstration of the platform. And Hannah is a customer success manager at Eagle Point. So welcome, Hannah. I'm sure you've engaged with customers, many customers during your tenure there at Eagle Point. So thank you for being with us here today. And we're also quite honored to have William also join us today. He's the account manager at Eagle Point. So William is into business development as well as engagements with customers, not only in the South African context, but I think from a global perspective as well. So quite honored to have the both of you join us today. Thank you for that. So just to get into who we are at Baker Baynes. So at Baker Baynes, we are a niche consulting company which specializes in many areas of business. However, we like to focus on three main specific areas. One is consulting, which looks at various areas of consulting. So business process assessments, BIM consulting, data management, CAD/CAM, as well as simulation. And education is something that we're very passionate about. Of course, we're here today talking about tools to enhance education, but we solve this problem in many ways. One is by having accredited classroom as well as virtual training, one-on-one with trainers, private and customized project training, and of course, the discussion of today is our self-paced e-learning, which is Pinnacle series. It's an asynchronistic platform which allows you to learn at your own pace. And we're strong believers of blended learning, and this is the approach that we like to take. From a hardware and software side of it, we are Autodesk Gold partners. We partner up with other applications that solve intermittent problems within the work design workflow, tools like ClearEdge, Leica, as well as Cool Orange. And we've got industry experts in various industries from building, civil, energy, process plant, and of course, manufacturing. So before I hand over to the team, I'm going to hand over to Abigail to take you through the who, the what, and the why.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Hi all. As Daniel mentioned, my name is Abigail Adams. I've been at Baker Baynes for quite a while. Busy with renewals as well as the Pinnacle series. I'm just going to take you through who, what, and where, so we are all on the same page as we go through the presentation. So who is Eagle Point Software? Eagle Point Software are the creators of the Pinnacle series, and that is what is the Pinnacle series? The Pinnacle series is an e-learning management system, and you can find that online. And as I said, I just answered the next one. Where can you find it? It is online, any internet web browser with internet access. I'm now going to launch a quick poll. So if you can just let us know, what software tools does your team use most frequently? Is it Autodesk product? Is it like Revit, Autodesk, AutoCAD, Civil 3D? Is it Bentley? Is it Microsoft Office? Or is there any other specific software that you use? If you can just let us know, you'll find that in the chat. I'm just going to give it a couple of more minutes to get some of the results. Okay, awesome. So 75% of you said you use the Autodesk software, and then some of you said Microsoft Office or Teams. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. I'm now going to hand over to William to take us through why you should choose the Pinnacle series. Thank you, Will.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. So got a few slides that we're going to talk over here. And really, when we talk about why Pinnacle series, it's kind of the three problems that we found in the marketplace. So Abigail did a great job of kind of explaining who Eagle Point is and how we came to be in this position. But a quick kind of 40-year story in 5 seconds is we've spent the first 20 years working with clients on design software and helping them with a lot of the challenges that you guys are doing on your project work. And about that 20-year mark, we started to learn that there's a huge need for training and ongoing support to keep people efficient with the ever-changing technology. And that is when we really started focusing on the creation of Pinnacle series. We kind of noticed these three main challenges, which I'll let Hannah talk about here and dive into it, and then we'll get into the demonstration. But wanted to set the stage here and kind of say all that to say that we've been helping clients with staying ahead of their technology for as long as we've been in business, and we're very excited to kind of present the platform to you today. So Hannah, if you want to kind of dive in here, we can then hop into the demonstration.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Will. My name's Hannah. Like Danielle said, my main role at Eagle Point is a customer success manager. So from a day-to-day perspective, I really work with clients to uncover what their challenges are as a business and explore ways that Pinnacle series can help resolve or mitigate those challenges. So those really are come into three buckets that we can explain from continuous learning, knowledge capturing and sharing, and increasing productivity. Really what that means is continuous learning does not just stop at onboarding, but really is something that has to continue throughout an employee's career, whether that's version upgrades or technology changes. This industry is always changing and adapting, so we have to continue to learn to stay ahead of the game there. Second being knowledge capturing and sharing. While we always want to retain all of our employees and we never want them to leave the organization, that's unfortunately sometimes what happens, whether that's through retirement or they just simply move on to another firm. Those individuals we may rely on very heavily for their expertise. So why not capture that knowledge and put it into one centralized location like Pinnacle series, and we'll explore some ways to do that today. And then the last being increasing productivity. Your main goal day to day is project work, meeting those deadlines, keeping under budget. And we're going to explore some ways to really capture your questions and get those answers in a timely fashion beyond just sitting down and consuming a 3-hour training course. So kind of with all those pieces in mind, let's hop in the platform and have a look around. I'm going to steal the screen from the Baker Baynes folks, and I'm going to dive into my demo here. So as we land on the home page, the homepage is going to be specific to you as an individual user. From a firm level, there are some things that we can customize or we have control over, and that's going to be the logos, the color, and the overall theme and feel of the platform. But really, the main requirement to access is going to be internet. So wherever you have internet or Wi-Fi access, whether that's a phone or a computer, you can access your Pinnacle series training. From a high level, you're going to have your assignments front and center, again, specific to you as a user, whether you enrolled or you were assigned by a manager. You're going to then have access to libraries that have either been featured to you or maybe highlighted, if you will. And then, of course, the full library that you've been given access to as an end user. I'm going to start at the libraries, and then we're going to kind of jump back into assignments. But really, the first time you access the platform, we have a large list of training resources available. So why not explore what's available at your fingertips? Again, we have the ability to feature libraries from an admin level. This is a great way to highlight your own custom content or maybe some specific subscription content that is very valuable or applicable at that time. But clicking over into the All Libraries section, we have the ability to view this at the library card or a list view. So whatever your preference is, this is going to be a mixture of both custom libraries that have been published from the firm or subscription libraries that you're purchasing through your Pinnacle Series subscription. As I slowly scroll through here, you're going to see a large Autodesk package from 3ds Max, AutoCAD. We have some Plant 3D in here. Of course, we have some ACC training. We do have some BIM management information. We have Adobe Business and Management Skills, Bluebeam, some health and safety resources, some Inventor. We do have some Bentley information in here, as well as MicroStation Open Roads. Just continuing to scroll, we have some Vault and so on and so forth. I am going to use Vault 2024 today as just as an example of what content libraries will look like. All libraries will look and feel pretty similar. On the left-hand side, you're going to have a filter option, and then, of course, all the content will be listed out here in the middle in alphabetical order. Same from the library page, you have the card view or the list view, and then you have your filters on the left where you could really dive into this content more. So there is 149 content items available for Vault 2024. So maybe we want to review specific content types. We have 4 types of content when it comes to the subscription. You're going to have documents and workflows. Those are going to really be those standalone resources. We also have we have documents and videos, excuse me. Those are those standalone resources, really bite-sized information, tips and tricks. Then you're going to have workflows. Those are going to be more like step-by-step instructions or guides. And then really when it comes to e-learning, we have learning paths and courses. Those are going to be those curriculum-based trainings, whether you're building new knowledge or you're building some, bridging some skill gaps that you've found. So in that case, let's filter down to learning paths. And we can jump into this Vault Essentials learning path here. You'll have the ability to review the description. So what all are you going to consume within this library? How long or the approximate duration will be found at the bottom. We can come up here to the top and view all of the courses that are going to be within that learning path. So you have the ability to enroll into individual courses or the full learning path. So depending on the need, if you're learning something completely from scratch, I would really push towards the learning path at its entirety. Or if you're just wanting to understand a little bit better in certain areas, maybe you want to explore the courses. So whether you enroll at the course level or enroll in all, you'll also have one other option when you click enroll in all, and that's going to be personalizing my learning. So maybe you've used Vault before, so you have some type of understanding, but you don't necessarily call yourself an expert. So maybe you want to take the Vault Basic Fundamentals Assessment. This will then test your skill gaps. And as you test your skill gaps, the system will then automatically assign you training. So I went ahead and enrolled into personalized learning, hit continue. It'll send me out to the start page. If there's any files to download within this assessment, you'll be given that file set to download. And then as it loads, we can scroll down and start your assessment. This assessment is about 30 questions, so I will give you about 45 minutes to an hour to complete. And then as you complete that assessment, you can come back home to your Pinnacle Series homepage, and under assignments, you'll have your personalized learning provided to you. Some things to see underneath assignments are going to be, of course, any past due assignments based on this flag, as well as what type of training or assessment it is. So if it is a learning path and you've viewed any percentage of that learning path, it will track. Danielle mentioned this at the top of the call, but all of the training is not meant to be done in one sitting, but not necessarily, but coming in, enrolling, and then maybe consuming 15-20 minutes a day for the next couple of weeks, and then you'll complete. The system will pick off wherever you leave from the previous time. If you have enrolled into personalized learning, you will also have that learning here indicated by the trophy icon. And then if you enrolled yourself into an assessment, but you did not necessarily complete or start the assessment, you will then find that assessment card here as well. So that Vault Basic Fundamentals assessment I just rolled into didn't complete, so I can see this is in progress. I'm going to use this Essentials for SolidWorks personalized learning as an example of just how it will check off where you've viewed and leave and pick you up where you've left off. So previously I've reviewed this user interface video, and now I'm just going to start here in this navigation. If I were interested to see what I was able to test out of, I could always toggle on the show all topics and see everything in dark gray. We do have the ability to view the full assignments area on its own landing page through this assignments tab. Within this assignments tab, you also have access to your enrollment history. So this is going to be anything you've dropped and or completed from both an assessment standpoint and or courses. If you've completed the training to 100%, you'll also be given a certificate to download. That certificate will then be able to maybe print off and pin up in your desk somewhere, or just have that offline record. If we come into our user profile, we also can download the full record. That's going to be under your transcripts here. So you will land in your account information. This is going to give you the ability to change your language. So if English is not your primary language and you want to learn in your primary language, we do have 90 other languages to choose from. This will transcribe any written word in the platform. So video transcripts, our documents, and even our training as a whole. And again, if you wanted to download the full transcript or your full enrollment history, you could do that from your user profile as well. So again, coming in the platform, accessing your assignments will be front and center, enrolling into training or reviewing what training is available, go navigate into your libraries. But kind of switching gears a little bit and maybe focusing more on what you're doing when you're in project work and you have questions. We have an array of features that will really help in that environment as well. First, basic, just a regular search. Maybe we are wanting to export, import files into Inventor, so we're just going to run a quick search for Inventor files. Similar filter option that we see in the library will populate here on the left, and then the filter or the search result will populate here in the center. So based on how many options, in this case we have 801 results, maybe we want to filter down. I'm only wanting to look for a video. Maybe I'm only wanting to look at Inventor 2025, so we could toggle the topic down to that as well. In this case, we could, this opening existing Inventor files is what will help me. This is less than 5 minutes, which is our typical average. So 2.5 minutes video. We also have the transcript, so you could easily skim through the transcripts and just click into that part of the video, an additional way to save you some time. Now, taking that a step further, we do have an AI chat. This is going to really help you with workflow questions, more like step-by-step guides, rather than just filtering up a bunch of videos and documents for you to review on your own. So in this case, how do I create a new Inventor file? What this Pinnacle AI is doing is it's only reviewing content within the system. So whether that is subscription content and you have custom content, it will filter those results as well. It then gives you the step-by-step instructions and then provides you the source of information down here at the bottom. So in this case, it's a new file, so I'm being filtered up to create new Inventor files video. After reviewing, I could always click and review this video a little bit further as well. Now, the third option to really be provided resources or training content as is applicable to your work is through our user plugin tool. I don't have Inventor on my computer today, so I'm going to show you a video example of what this tool will look like. This is a MSI file that it is downloaded on your computer and then activated within Inventor and or Plant 3D. And what it is doing is providing you relevant resources as it relates to the commands that you're selecting. So in this case, I'm going to just jump a little ahead in the video. As this video plays, you're going to see her select the constrain command here, and the related learning topics is going to change based off of that command being selected. This is going to be both subscription content being filtered into the related learning topics plugin as well as custom content. You do have the ability to pin this plugin on top of your work, or you can minimize it down depending on what works best for your workflow. So again, she is going to select the constraints command here, and then we are going to see the resources down here in the related learning topics change to constraints. Again, she's going to click on show relationships, and then this command changes again based on those relationship commands, or an additional constraints video was surfaced. This tool, again, is a download. It is accessible in your profile and settings. If you have it downloaded, you will then be given the ability to activate on this device. So if you're interested in that, we could always review further within a pilot. Lastly, I want to work through just one last content type, and that is workflows. We have an array of out-of-the-box workflows within the platform. In this case, this is how to create a new file in Inventor. It will provide you the step-by-step instructions within each step. Our workflows are really great out of the box, but we also have the ability to customize these workflows as well as all content within the platform. So if you have a specific workflow or training process in-house, we can always explore setting that up based off of maybe some subscription content or completely from scratch. And that kind of leads me into the administration portal. I don't want to dive too deep into the admin side of things, but just more to highlight kind of what options are available to you. We do have the ability to integrate within your Active Directory as well as your single sign-on. So this will automate your user management side of things. We can always take that a step further and automate training. So if we want to set up an onboarding experience and have onboarding automatically assign out to your new hires as they come on board, that is something that we can help streamline. You also have the ability to filter down your users into groups. This is a great way to provide managers or maybe discipline leads access to their groups without giving them access to too many individuals. So this type of individual would be able to assign to their group, review reporting for their group, as well as publish content. But that would not be for the entire organization unless they have those additional permissions. And I mentioned this in the call, but just as an additional highlight, the system does have unlimited cloud storage, so you can upload as much custom content as it is applicable, as well as customizing all of the subscription content within the platform to make it as applicable to your processes in-house. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to hand it back off to Abigail. I think she had one additional poll question that she wanted to ask. I'll give you back control, and then otherwise, if you have any questions, we can always dive into that here in a moment.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Let me just launch that poll. Give me 1 second. Okay, so our next poll question is, how does your team currently access any training materials or information? Is it formal in-person training? Is it online? via online learning system? Is it on-the-job learning, or is it a mix of different methods? I'm going to allow about a minute or so for you guys to answer that poll for us. Ooh, that's a mixed bag. So it's a mix. 57% of you said it's a mix of different methods. 14% is on-the-job learning, online courses, and then also formal in-person training. Thank you so much for taking part of that poll. I'm now going to move on to the next part of our presentation. So you've seen what Hannah has shown and listened to what Will and Danielle has mentioned of how diverse Pinnacle is in all that it has to offer. So Pinnacle comes in two different options. You have the Lite version that is ideal for smaller teams of 29 people and less. It comes with all the learning paths. It has workflows, videos, documents, and assignments. It has over 30,000 videos. It has live events, design and manufacturing design, software integration, as well as technical support. And then the Pinnacle series is ideal for larger teams, for 30 people and more in an organization. And it's really essentially what Hannah showed us today. It's the learning paths, it's the online access, it's fully customizable, it has reporting, analytics, notifications, technical support, and also the cloud storage. So let me move on to the next part. William, do you mind taking us through the standard content library?
Yeah, absolutely. So these
Thanks so
next two slides will kind of talk about the content that's available within your subscription. So we have what we call our standard content library, or our base subscription. And the best way that I like to explain that is that we'll cover the Autodesk umbrella, and then there's quite a few other kind of additional resources in there that are commonly used with Autodesk. So you can kind of see the list here. I would say from a personal standpoint, probably our most popular titles within our standard content library would be anything in the Autodesk world, and then the Bentley and Bluebeam course material would also be very popular in that content, or that standard content offering. But again, there's quite a variety of content when you include all of the Autodesk products with everything that you see here in that standard content library. So helps you stay efficient on the projects that you're working. And then a lot of organizations will utilize this to even go and start to see what else is out there in the industry. What are other tools that we can start having conversations with Baker Baynes about, is this a good fit? Is this not a good fit? So pretty robust library. If we go to the next slide, sorry, we've also got our additional content library. So we've got our, what we would call add-on library. So those would be those Adobe's, and Microsoft was one of the ones that was popular from the poll earlier in today. Our health and safety, I do like to mention, especially when we're doing kind of international presentations, a lot of that health and safety of the construction is up to OSHA standards. So always recommend at least vetting that content out before kind of moving forward based on whatever job you're doing. And then the business and management, which would be kind of those soft skills. So working to get managers moving up through, their career paths. Go ahead to the next slide here.
Thank you so much, Will. I'll take it from
Perfect.
here. So guys, we're heading to the end of our presentation. We have a few more slides left. If you are interested or you liked what you saw today, we are giving you the option to claim your free trial of the Pinnacle series. You can scan the QR code below, or if you have more information or you would like to know more information or any questions, you can email me at abigail@bakerbaynes.com. I am going to move along. So this slide is specifically to any SIMAKEY members. If you are a SIMAKEY member, you do qualify for a 5% discount either on the Pinnacle series. So usually it is about 6,000 Rand, and if you purchase through us and you prove or you submit your SIMAKEY number, we will offer you a 5% discount, and that is excluding VAT. Okay, so lastly, we want to check and find out if you guys have any questions. Okay, I have a question over here. Who creates the content inside Pinnacle series? Hannah, do you mind answering that? Or Will, either one of you?
Hannah, if you want to take it, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take it. We have a full content development team in-house that creates much of our technical content. And then any technical content that's being requested that might be outside of our expertise, we work with a lot of contractors on that, as well as through third-party partnerships. So if you have any partnerships you're interested in sharing with us, we're always happy to hear those as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. There's another question. Are your courses accredited?
They are. We have an accredited learning library that has a list of training that's available and pre-approved, as well as the resources and how to submit for those applicable credits.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to allow a few more minutes to see if there's any more questions. Okay, there's another one. How up to date is the content on Pinnacle series?
We currently have all of our 2025 content out, and we will be releasing the 2026 content quite soon, probably within the next month or two, to align with 2026 release. So we, I would say, as content or training, not training, as products are released, we're about 30-45 days in line with the training resources to be available.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to move to our last slide, which is the QR code again. If you are interested in the Pinnacle series or the Pinnacle Lite, you can scan the QR code on the screen and you can access a free trial of Pinnacle. We're just going to ask you a couple of questions, your name, your email address, and then I will get in touch with you. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to Will and to Hannah for joining us all the way from America. I know it's very early where you guys are at. Thank you so much, Danielle. And yeah, thank you for a great webinar. And if you want to see or find us online, you can find Baker Baynes. There's our website. It's bakerbaynes.com. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have a great day,
Thanks.
everyone.
Everyone.
Bye.
Everyone.